How's it going, everybody? Trevor Randles, Outdoors Highway here today. And today we are actually checking out, we're scouting for some urban city deer hunt areas. So this first spot that I picked, I was able to utilize the e-bike. So I actually have it out, and pretty crazily, it's a lot of like mountain bike trails. And surprisingly enough, like, I've seen some decent open areas in the very beginning, but I am 6.5 miles back right now, and I just now started finding some better deer trails, but everything in between was quite thick, and I didn't see any major deer trails going through. So it makes me wonder if the deer are using a lot of the bike trails to be able to move around, and if that's the case, unfortunately we cannot set up on the bike trail. We actually have to get off the bike trail. So but we're going to continue on. I did almost run into a coyote, by the way. Got about 10 yards from him, so this e-bike is pretty quiet. He had no idea I was there, and he was walking away from me, and my gosh, once he seen me, he booked it. But I thought I wanted to stop and show you guys something. I just found, check this out. I've been keeping an eye out for anything growing. Got some chicken of the woods here, so it also looks like there's more growing here. I can't tell if that's chicken of the woods or not, but kind of a furry one. We'll see if that turns into chicken of the woods, because I will be back here. But we also have the saddlebags, so this is perfect chicken of the woods to take with me. And we are going to continue to keep an eye out for more mushrooms, because why not have this a foraging trip too. I did also notice these down here, kind of a white furry one. Makes me wonder if that one's lion's mane, which if it is, that's pretty cool. So we're gonna actually use Onyx. We're gonna mark this spot. We're gonna pull this bigger chicken in the woods, and I'm pretty sure that's what this is, so we can come back and get it. And we're going to continue on. If I decide that that's location that I found was about half a mile back, I'm gonna circle back around if I haven't found anything else that looks good. And I've got a trail camera to set out, and I kind of scouted up. There's like 2 or 3 trees, one that's fairly decent tree that I can climb. The only issue that I might have with it is it's a smaller tree, and where the deer will come through will be most likely straight below me. So, but we want them in close because you're supposed to take a 25-yard or less shot. So let me go ahead and pick these chicken of the woods, and we'll get continuing on, and maybe, just maybe, we'll find something else. All right, guys, so I made it all the way to the end of the bike trail, hoping that I could find a spot to park closer to this end of this hunting area. It was about a mile past where I had found my spot that I like. So I'm not quite sure if I'm allowed to park off the street in that spot, so I'm gonna have to call and ask one of the guys that runs the program and make sure. But I'm still gonna go ahead and put a trail camera out just in case. The spot looks too good not to, and if it does pan out, this would be a great spot to try. So definitely an area that, I mean, if I had to drag a deer out or a deer cart, it'd be a little bit of work. Like I said, it's just under a mile to the closest street. But if I'm able to use my bike and the trailer, which this last trail that I just came, because there's like multiple different trails that I can use, and these are like I said, mountain bike trails, and some of them are pretty rough. If I'm able to use the trailer, I could be able to get a deer in and out pretty easily and pretty quickly. But let me show you why I picked this spot. So got my bike back here. That's where I entered in off the trail, and there's a really nice deer trail coming through here. And guys, this is like a central zone for the deer, it looks like. So it opens up pretty good, but we got deer trail after deer trail after deer trail. And I mean, they are going in every direction from this spot here. So definitely looks beaten down. Another reason why I picked this area was, where'd it go? I'm just far enough away from it I can't see it. It's over here. There is acorn trees, and especially early season, acorn trees can be very productive, you guys. So let me get up here on this high spot. So I mean, there's deer sign all across here, but major deer trail. We're about 30 yards off the bike trail over here, I think. And there's another bike trail maybe 80 yards that way. But guys, I mean, I'm telling you, deer trail, deer trail, deer trail, deer trail, deer trail, deer trail, possibly a deer trail, major deer trail through here going off 2 different directions, deer trail going through here. So definitely a spot that's worth checking out. Tree stand wise, this doesn't seem like too bad of a tree. It's just barely big enough to sit in. I'll probably be pretty noticeable in it. Other than that, I've got this smaller tree right here, which it's dead center of all these trails coming in. And one thing I have to remember is with this urban hunt, it's 25 yards or less on the shots. So definitely got to keep that in mind and set up with that in mind. So there's also this tree here. So I've got 3 trees right in this spot that might work. See, like this over here looks really beaten down by deer. I mean, they're coming through here. This is probably the best trail right here, which would give me a shot from that tree that I first picked. Definitely gonna have to bring thermocells in here. There's mosquitoes everywhere. This place is so thick, it'd definitely be easy to get lost in here. But at some point you would find a bike trail. So lots of big sycamore trees. I think this might be our spot, guys. So strategically, let's figure out, dang, that was a big mosquito. Strategically, let's figure out where we want to put this trail camera, where it's going to get the best amount of pictures. So a lot of these deer trails are coming across. Technically, if I put a camera right here, look at this right here, guys. We got deer sign right there, hoof prints going all the way up around here. So technically, if I put the camera on one of these trees facing that way, I'll miss any deer there behind the camera. Definitely want to think when you're putting out your cameras, guys. Make sure that you're putting them where the deer will be crossing through consistently. Give me a second, guys, and I'm gonna brainstorm this pretty good. All right, guys, so we walked in from over here. That's where the bike is. This is where all the deer sections come through, kind of making a triangle path right here. So I think I decided on this tree. I can probably hang it up high, and if you look, anything that comes through here will get on camera. Anything that comes this way back and forth will get on camera, and anything coming across should get on camera. There's a few trees in the way. That's about it. But I think this might be our tree right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this camera set up. We'll do some test pictures and we'll see what it looks like. So I played with the angles quite a bit, but we've got it facing out, and Should have some test photos for me walking around, but it's covering this area really good. I can't quite get this area coming across here, so I'm hoping if anything comes across in front, it will get it. But some helpful tips when you guys are setting a trail camera: make sure the center of your viewing angle is where the deer will walk through, because that is where usually the trigger of the camera is, so it makes it easier to actually get pictures of the deer. The other thing that helps to get pictures of the deer, don't just set it straight across from a trail that's close where they just walk through, because it's hard for the camera to get triggered and get a good picture. If you have a trail where they're walking up to the camera or away from it, same thing here, and at a distance you have them walking across, that will help the camera trigger more and keep you from getting like ghosted pictures, or you get a picture of a deer's butt, stuff like that, because you want a good picture of the deer to see what you're hunting. Now granted, with this hunt we're doing doe only, but if we are successful this year, we have a chance of bringing home a buck tag next year. So I'm gonna head back for the bike and get away from all these mosquitoes. I did not bring any mosquito spray or thermocell or nothing today. And we will keep an eye out for some deer. If something pops up on camera in the next couple days, I'll put that in this video. Some of my test photos of me walking around the area, which normally I'd recommend not doing that so much because it puts your scent in the area. But these are city deer, you guys, so scent isn't as much of an issue probably, but we'll see. If I see a good amount of deer coming through, I might put something like a licking stick out or hang a rope. But this will give us a good idea. Nice scouting. We're about 2 weeks out from the urban hunt. Hopefully we get something, but I might do a little bit of video on the way out of here, and I'm gonna look for a few spots that are up closer to the parking lot area, just to see if there may be something that I can use up there as well, just in case I can't park at the other end of this, because if I can't, it's just over 6 miles to get to this spot right here on the bike, and not an area that I can get the trailer to easily, because some of these trails are pretty rough, you guys. It's a good thing I have a fat tire e-bike. But let's get on out of here. I'm using the Onyx to see where I'm going. Pretty awesome that it shows all these bike trails on the app. And I haven't gone across this one yet. I went on a different one to get out here. So we're gonna see if we spot any more mushrooms or something. Or even possibly another area to hunt deer. I'm quite surprised I haven't seen that many major deer trails in here though. Definitely be easy to get lost in here. Mushrooms, not the ones we want. Wonder what kind of mushrooms those were. Looks like old pheasant backs. A couple remnants of ones over there that are more noticeable. Oh. Come on, there we go. Pheasant backs. More pheasant backs. So hard to keep an eye out for mushrooms and watch the trail. This is definitely a off-road trail, you guys. Oyster mushrooms. Oh, no fresh ones. Am I on the wrong trail here? Nope, this one's alright. Turn. Wow, look at that tree, you guys. That is massive. Oh. I was actually on this trail earlier this year, coming out here trying to walleye fish, and came in after a huge rain, and my gosh, you guys, it was so muddy, and I was fishtailing everywhere with the e-bike. So that's definitely something to keep in mind when I come in here for hunting season. If there's a big rain, I better be careful. Big hill. Oh yeah, we got it. Oh wow. I think if I remember right, there's some bridges in here. Whew. Is this a deer hunting video or is this a mountain biking video, you guys? Cool to see what this e-bike can do though. Maybe I should slow down. 10 miles an hour is a little too fast. Hope you guys are enjoying this. It's actually quite fun. Definitely would be a little harder with all the hunting gear if I have to come in this way. And like I said, getting a deer out, I don't think I could through this way. Not easily. It would take quite a while. I did think this little ditch here looked pretty good, but it's just full of bike trails. Look at that fresh pheasant back. It's full of bike trails, and like I said, we're not allowed to set up on the bike trail. Somewhere around here there's some bridges, because I know I crossed a couple. Oh yeah. Hi guys, we're gonna do a little bit of a biking video, it looks like. Just different. Oh, here's the first little bridge. Bounce up on it. Oh, this poor bike. Oh, not quite exactly the best of shocks on this thing, but I don't know if it's worth it to upgrade or not, and how much it would cost. Let's go left. Let's go right. Big tree. I'm amazed at how many people still go through this. I mean, obviously it's a trail, but there's a lot of people that walk this, bike this, everything. Quite interesting. Oh, yeah. far we've made so far. We are, whew, I need to get more balance. Oh, bridge. Don't want to fall off that. I think we're about 3/4 of the way back to the parking. See, now in here I thought about looking for some deer sign too, for a good deer trail, because it would be within a 1/4 mile of the parking lot if I could find something that would work, but I don't quite like what I see. Like, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for deer trails on either side of the bike trail where they're crossing. Looking for deer trails off in the timber. And earlier I just did not see anything hardly. Doesn't mean that they're not coming through here, obviously, but I want something that is heavily trafficked. See, I felt like this bottom would be good. Man, this thing is so awesome, you guys. Alright guys, so we are back at the parking area. Thought this was pretty cool. You know, the outdoors doesn't have to be just about hunting and fishing, although this was for hunting purposes. But getting out on this bike was pretty cool. Riding these trails was pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. Wish me luck. If I get any pictures of deer here in the next couple days, I will be including it on the video. If not, we should see some pictures here soon. And I will be calling the DNR guy to see if I can park at the other end of this hunting area. And we'll see. Alright guys, so, oh, sorry, swatting mosquitoes. They are everywhere. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm hoping for a successful urban hunt season this year. I think it'd be quite fun. But 2 weeks away, we're going to be doing more scouting. I've got another spot in the close area here that I want to go check, that I have to drive to. And there's a few different other areas that I might look at as well. But I want to try to focus on one main area. My goal is shoot 5 does this year, you guys. 5 does gets me a guaranteed buck tag for next year. Can I do it? I don't know. I gotta really try and get after it. So wish me luck this year, guys, and I'm gonna get heading home. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys later. Alright guys, so this is quite funny. I was getting the bike packed up in the truck and everything, and I had a few notifications about the camera. I thought it was some of my farm cameras going off. No, guess what? It was the camera we just put out right here on the Urban City Hunt. So, quite interesting, but my last picture with me on it was at 8:59 a.m. The first deer to show up was 9:09 a.m. So 10 minutes later, and the doe's walking through right where I was walking. So if that gives you an answer whether or not they're going to get skittish to my scent. So it looks like it might be the same doe just doing a big circle in there and smelling everything I left. But that's pretty cool, you guys. Already have a deer on the camera. But I think that's going to be some good luck. Right there. Alright, now we're heading home.